Hello, thanks for tuning into the SBTV. I'm Sarah Fiorenza.
And I'm Valerie Kim. The US dollar had its biggest one-day decline this week in nearly 6 years after the European Central Bank surprised the world with a smaller than expected stimulus package. Despite the move, one prominent market observer said the dollar will continue to get stronger and the US economy will only get worse. Although the November jobs report that showed the U.S. economy generated at net 211,000 new positions, Ron Paul reiterated his bearishness ahead of a widely expected interest rate hike at the Federal Reserve in mid-December. Paul stated, "The economic situation is deteriorating fast, and meanwhile the Fed seems to want to raise interest rates into that, which I think is a bit of a policy mistake, and I think the market is getting more and more concerned from not understanding why they are doing it."
What a very good thing from the state. The recession created 211,000 jobs in November, and the unemployment rate went up 5%. And the expectations may have turned the final key for the Federal Reserve to hike interest rates later this month. In much anticipated report, the Bureau of Labor Statistics and non-farm payroll growth continue to build on the momentum from October. Wall Street has been watching the employment picture closely for clues as whether the Federal Open Market Committee and the chair, Janet Yellen, will sign off the first rate and increase in 9.5 years. Fed funds futures were pricing in the 79th chance of rates increase since the FOMC meets December 15th through 16th. The level was a little changed from Thursday, however. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The unemployment rate remained at 5%, a little more inclusive number that counts discouraged workers and those working part-time from economic reasons. This edged higher from 9.8% to 9.9%. The labor force participation rate remained mirrored around lows not seen since the late 1970s, though it did edge higher for 62.5%. Wall Street had been expecting 200,000 new jobs and unemployment rate, but it's unchanged.
News: $320 billion is needed to disappear from oil budgets. The crash in oil prices is forcing energy companies to do some serious penny pricing. This caused large companies to scramble with even greater urgency now that oil prices have collapsed below $37 a barrel for the first time in nearly 7 years. This week, Chevron and ConocoPhillips announced plans to slash spending by an additional 25% next year due to depressed oil prices. What that means for the oil industry is that there will be fewer deep water drilling projects, rigs will be shut down, and less oil will be pumped. It would lead to hiring freezes, pay cuts, and layoffs of thousands of workers. More conservative U.S. spending also could help reduce the supply glut, especially since OPEC has been unwilling to cut output. The oil cartel, led by Saudi Arabia, continues to pump oil aggressively in an effort to steal market share back from higher-cost producers in the U.S. and elsewhere. Some fear the energy companies are cutting back too dramatically. After all, prices can't go down forever, and demand for the oil continues to rise.
Hello, I'm Sarah Fiorenza, and I'm here with a local resident from Temecula. What's your name?
Jasmine?
Now, I'm wondering, what do you think about the Syrian crisis? Is it what's causing the $320 billion to disappear from our oil budgets?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because there's a lot going on over there, like ISIS and the Syrian refugees leaving.
Very nice. And to add on top of that, the average gas prices is soon to be decreased to as low as $2 since the recession. Gasoline is close to breaking below a key psychological barrier as drivers enjoy some of the cheapest pump prices since the recession, which again under $2. That's ridiculous. I could go all the way from California to New York. It's cheaper than flying now. The nationwide average price of a gallon, a regular Saturday was $2.02, down 58 cents since the last time, based off the last year's reports. Experts say it could drop below $2 a gallon in the next coming days. For consumers, this winter is shaping up to be a good one, energy-wise. Forecasters predict warmer weather than normal and fuel prices are getting lower. That means going to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always...
And
because of that,
it's like summertime in the wintertime.
Yeah, and on top of that,
Cheaper gas.
with cheaper gas, there might be more stories for us to cover, so make sure you watch us. Hi, I'm Sarah Fiorenza, and I'm interviewing a local citizen from Temecula about the gas prices going down. Hi, what's your name?
Evelyn,
How do you feel about the gas prices going down?
because the gas prices want to get down.
How do you feel about it?
Good.
Me too. Where do you want to go now that gas prices are lowered?
The train station.
So do I. Thank you, Evelyn. And that wraps it up for tonight. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Take it slow.
Dollar will continue to get stronger. Did you just call my dad daddy?
Hi. Stop. Wait. Quiet.
Just look at me.
They're my chanclas.
Wait, who? Don't you mean
Candelas?
chanclas?
Ah.
Chanclas. What, Sarah?